Talk about a dynamic duo. Sitting here with me are Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey, who worked together on a film for the first time in nearly 30 years. The 100-foot journey about a clash of cultures and cuisines opens this Friday, and Oprah and Steven have been kind enough to bring us a sneak peek. Take a look.
You must understand that a property of this size in this village would be very expensive. And, well, I heard you asked for a discount in Claude's hotel, hmm?
Papa, you didn't. चुप रह.
Please do not do.
बात करने दे मुझे. Madam, asking for discount doesn't mean I'm poor. It means I'm thrifty.
One of my favorite lines from the movie. This movie has heart. This movie has humor. And I want to know what you all were hoping audience members would take away when they walked away from this film.
And I'm hoping that, you know, people who love the idea of great food, celebrating connections and friendship, and it's a love story too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come out and watch it.
And Steven, you mentioned that this, for you, it's a fusion between two cultures.
It takes a second to sit down and share a meal, and when you share a meal, you know, it usually, if it's a good meal, puts a smile on your face.
And Helen Mirren, when she was here yesterday, she said this is the perfect date movie because you leave the theater so hungry, you are ready for dinner. It's perfect movie and a dinner.
It is a perfect date movie. I would say that too. Yeah, nothing to worry about, even if it's a first date. Nothing to worry about.
That's true. That's
you
true.
don't
It
have
doesn't
any
get
of those uncomfortable moments that you do when you go, oh God, what do we go to see this for on the first date?
Speaking to that, it is truly a family movie. I watched it with my daughters, and there aren't many films like that. And I thought it was a beautiful thing to be able to do, to share. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm thanking you for that. And was that also an important part of this for you, that this was something everyone could sit down and watch?
Well, this is what Steven Spielberg does, and it's also what I have felt for years, is that you want to be able to sit down with your family or go to the theater, with your family and not be embarrassed and not, you know, say, oh, maybe we shouldn't have brought the children.
Or reaching over
or maybe
to
I
your
shouldn't have brought my parents.
Holding ears because of a bad word. There's none of that here.
Yeah.
But it really is, it's a wonderful love story, and it's about two families. And the funniest part for the movie for me is this competition. These two restaurants are literally 100 feet away from each other, which is why the movie is called, and the Richard Murray book was called The 100-Foot Journey. It's 100 feet door to door from a Indian tandoori and a French restaurant.
I went to France for some of the filming, you know, sitting on set as producers, and the first day there, I was like, wow, that you could not tell that these guys were actually acting. They felt, they gelled,
Authentic.
so that it's so authentic.
Any more acting in your horizon?
I have a little bit more acting coming.
Yeah?
Well, yeah. I just finished another film that I'm producing along with Plan B and Pate called Selma. Which will be starring David Oyelowo, who played my son in The Butler, who's going to be playing Martin Luther King.
And Steven, you may not remember this, but maybe you do. 10 years ago, you were on Good Morning America, and you said you really wanted to do a musical. And there was a little rumor a few months ago that maybe that musical might be West Side Story. Any truth to that?
Well, you know something, West Side Story is one of my favorite Broadway musicals, and one of the greatest pieces of musical literature.
So I know that's
my goodness, and one of the greatest scores and some of the greatest lyrics ever written for a musical. So let me just put it this way: it's on my mind.
Oh, I'm going to leave it with that.
That's good, Amy.
I got a little something.
Yeah,
all right, Steven, Oprah. We're on a first name basis now. I'm teasing. Thank you so much. I feel really cool saying that. Okay. Thanks, Steven. Thanks, Oprah.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. The 100-Foot Journey opens nationwide this Friday, and we'll be right back.